the number 2 tight end of all time, John Mackey.
John Mackey.
In my opinion, John Mackey's the greatest that ever lived.
They all try to emulate him.
If you're unlucky enough not to live in Baltimore, then these spectacular films will introduce you to excitement unlimited.
That may sound like hyperbole, but people get pretty hyped talking about our number 2 tight end.
It's amazing. He is unbelievable.
First effort, second effort, third effort. He's taken his team, put it right on his shoulders.
This Hall of Famer is perhaps the most punishing runner after the catch of all time and helped change his position forever.
I think that John Mackey, he defined it, actually. He could catch the pass and take it all the way. 80 yards, 90 yards. He could do that.
Pretty fast for a guy that weighed about 230 pounds. Mackey could run like 4.5.
Mackey was, to me, the first guy who became a seam ripper. Mackey was really the first tight end who could rip a defense in half.
Few athletes have truly revolutionized their positions.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic tight end.
Mackey, after he got his hands on the football, he was tough to bring down.
His greatness was his ability to run after the catch.
He ran like a fullback.
He had the ability to make guys bounce off of him.
He's universally acknowledged as one of the toughest players to tackle.
John Mackey was a monster.
He was a very talented guy. We couldn't get him on the ground.
Mackey was one of those guys, as soon as the ball found its way into his hands, he became bigger, faster, stronger, and harder to bring down.
He's just a horse out of control. Once he caught the ball, you couldn't tackle him.
I never, ever went into a game thinking that I'm a Mack truck and that I can mow them down.
I had the opportunity to coach John Mackey, and this guy was a force.
We work on our 2-minute offense, and you can see here that it's paid off.
I think it was against the Lions where he caught a short pass and he ended up beating about 5 or 6 tacklers on his way into the end zone.
He's our number 2 tight end, but his effort against Detroit is considered by many to be the number 1 play of all time.
I really don't know why I broke those tackles, but when I saw those defenders coming, I made up in my mind that I was going to punish somebody. I was going to run right through them.
That included his own teammates as well as Lions players.
Some of us missed him twice, yours truly. Finally, we've lived long enough that television doesn't feature it much anymore.
I could watch that over and over and over again.
If John Mackey played in today's football, we would be trying to say, who's going to be the next John Mackey?
The first great tight end, universal, that no one would dispute is John Mackey.
John Mackey was special. John Mackey was big and physical and could get down the field and was strong.
I think he might have set the standard for tight ends.
You can't teach that. You can't coach that. God preordains that, and John Mackey ran with that.
When they say John Mackey, you think of greatness. I have no problem with John Mackey being the second greatest tight end in history.